called the Uniform Division that's in charge of securing the White House.
We're back!
This elite force.
What's happening, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Since the 18th century, it has stood tall and wide as a symbol of freedom. It was established on George Washington's bedrock and was intended to house presidents who would follow in his footsteps. And since the United States of America was growing in prominence and power around the world, it was critical to keep the important politicians and global politics under the safest boundaries and territory possible. Here are the most insane security features of the White House. Number 5. Restrictions on the flyover. The airspace over the White House and even all of Washington, D.C. is a no-fly zone. Any single aircraft will be placed on hold when the president flies, which means there is no aircraft in the air when the president flies. Furthermore, if a rogue aircraft flies too close to the White House, it'll be shot down by projectiles. The White House is secured by an intricately engineered security feature that eliminates any potential danger. And before a rogue aircraft approaches the White House, it's pursued by fighter jets with F-16s rushing to fly and tail the rogue one, since the president's defense is a top priority. There's also a story going around that the whole Capitol is armed with rocket launchers that can go off at the first sign of a threat. This safeguards not just the Capitol, but also the White House and the president who resides there. It only makes sense to put these restrictions in place since attacks on the president are not uncommon.
The Air National Guard protecting the skies and giving us rare access.
When the president moves around, the Federal Aviation Administration.
Number 4. Bunker. The Presidential Emergency Operations Center, a shelter under the East Wing, was constructed for the president to be whisked away in the event of a major threat. The bunker was an initiation to ensure the safety of the president and other important officials. The first draft of the bunker, or the first version of it, was constructed during World War II for the sole purpose of protecting President Franklin D. Roosevelt in the event of an unexpected and devastating Axis force air assault on Washington, D.C. However, as time and technologies progressed, the bunker was updated, and today's PEOC bunker is equipped with new communication systems and facilities such as televisions and phones to communicate and navigate with external governmental and non-governmental bodies. The bunker serves to keep the president secure in a time of a national crisis. Every day, professionally trained joint service military officers and non-commissioned officers patrol and track the PEOC bunker around the clock every minute of the day. The bunker was last used on 9/11, one of the deadliest days of American history, when the president was in Florida and other important political figures were removed from the White House and taken to the bunker for their safety and to prevent important figures from being lost. The bunker has proven to be an effective means of safeguarding vital lives. Following the terrorist attacks of September 11, the bunker was once again used to protect President Trump in the aftermath of protests in support of George Floyd. As the crowd began to close in on the White House, the president was whisked away to the shelter.
At the height of the protest outside the White House, President Trump was moved for a time to the bunker, something that hasn't happened since 9/11.
Number 3. Constant surveillance. As a free resident of a renownedly free world, you have the right to visit the majestic structure. However, the authorities determine how, when, and where you are permitted to wander. After passing through the East Wing, one is cleared to reach specific areas, which is understandable given that the House facilitates and accommodates individuals of political and global importance, as well as individuals working and living there. This is why, in order to get entry to the highest levels of the office, you must give 21 days' notice so that the service is aware of the head count before the visiting party is able to join. These stringent interventions are constantly monitored and secured. This not only allows the facility to search the tourists, but it also allows them to do background checks on anyone who comes to visit. In addition, you're not permitted to access the rooms. You're only permitted to look in and take photographs. The rest is off limits.
Important thing to understand about the public tour of the White House is that it does not give you access to the entire building. Once you clear security.
Number 2, bulletproof windows. It's just natural that the White House is the most secure structure. One of the standout aspects is the use of super powerful and impenetrable bulletproof glasses in the walls, because the last thing the president needs is to be cornered for his safety. The use of solid glass for everyday purposes and routine use of this glass by regular citizens is prohibited. The use of it is limited to the White House's security. When a man determined to cause mayhem went ahead and fired several shots at the door, the presence of ballistic glass behind the normal glass was discovered. The public now knows that a feature has been added to keep the building secure, but the public still has no idea what sort of security precautions are in place to protect the country. To top it all, the White House is outfitted with motion sensors and infrared lasers that can track even the flutter of a bird's wing as it passes by. These sensors are set up to protect all potential access points, including the sky over the building, adjacent territory, and underwater ultrasonic sensors, so that any movement is sensed and hostilities are neutralized. And even the tiniest hint of danger summons a large force of Secret Service squad to the scene.
Service, a bullet struck one of the White House's many bulletproof windows, and another round was found on the exterior of the building.
Number 1. Secret Service. Since there have been 30 known attacks on his life, 4 of which were successful, the leader of the free world must always be protected. Armed guards and motion-sensitive cameras were insufficient, so these crazy security features were implemented. Presidents are the most powerful people in the world, and they live in the White House with their families. This is why, in order to maintain continuous armed security and dependence on alert and vigilant security service, the White House is protected by 1,400 officers who have the benefit of not only receiving a free uniform, but also non-obstructive authority both within and outside the White House. When guarding, the authority given to officers provides them with the opportunity they need to be at their best. Similarly, the Secret Service agents stationed around and alongside the White House are professionally qualified experts who must pass rigorous examinations and challenges in order to be considered for a role as challenging and exhausting as ensuring the safety of current presidents. These Secret Service agents have been prepared to deal with any situation that can arise, such as a threat, a warning sign, or a suspended wanderer on the premises. They are trained at the training center, which is a vast complex that is a replica of Marine One and Air Force One, the president's favorite plane, so that they can make better decisions and have better insight when confronted with a situation with them. Similarly, the training center provides a series of maps of the White House and its outlying areas that help the Secret Service improve their navigation abilities. And while driving the presidential limousine, the driver must pass several driving tests before being cleared and considered eligible to perform complex maneuvers. In addition, the Secret Service follows any member of the president's family and has assigned them code names. Now, wouldn't everyone in the world feel much more safer with this type of security? Do give us your thoughts about all of this in the comments section below. And before we head out, don't forget to drop us a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, as well as press that bell icon to receive further updates and notifications about such content in the future. And with that, I'll be catching you guys later in another video. Bye now.